Okay, next we have to study the concept as definitions of fundamental units. Just now we have discussed what do you mean by fundamental physical quantities, which are those, and what is the SI unit of all the 7 fundamental units. Just now we have discussed. In 1971, getting all the scientists, they sat together and they made 7 fundamental physical quantities and their units. The list I am given here. The first fundamental physical quantity is a length. Its unit is meter. What is meter? What is 1 meter? What is meter? That is the definition of all these units we have to discuss now. The meter is the SI unit to measure a physical quantity as length. It means that 1 meter means how much length it is. In order to define 1 meter as a length, how to define that one? We have taken a reference as a speed of light in order to measure the 1 meter as a length. What is 1 meter? The 1 meter is the length or the distance. 1 meter is the distance travelled by the light. Is the 1 meter is the distance travelled by light in vacuum. Vacuum, it means that it is free from air and all the mediums. If there is no presence of any single particle, that one we are going to call it as vacuum. There is no, that space is completely free from the gases and all the mediums. That one we are going to call it as a vacuum. 1 meter is the distance travelled by the light in vacuum. Travelled by the light in vacuum is called as 1 meter as a distance, or length is called as 1 meter. In order to define what do you mean by 1 meter, we are going to take a reference as a speed of light. As you know very well, the speed of light in vacuum, that too in 1 second. Speed of light in time of 1 second. In just 1 second, how much it is? As you know very well, that is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. It means that 3 into 10 to the power of 8. The light can able to travel just in 1 second. How much distance that the light can able to move? 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter. It means that 3 lakhs kilometer per second. In terms of meter is this much, but in terms of kilometer this is 3 lakhs kilometer. 1 second ಅನ್ನೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1 ಮೀಟರ್? Therefore 1 meter is the distance. 1 meter is the distance. 1 meter is the distance travelled by the light. Travelled by the light in how much time? Travelled by the light in how much time? By light in how much time? That is 1 divided by 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter. In this much of time, or in this much of seconds, how much is the distance travelled by the light? That is exactly equal to 1 meter. But exact in vacuum, the speed of light in vacuum, exact value is 2,99792,458 meter. 458 meter, or in terms of scientific notation, 2.99792,458 into 10 to the power of plus 8, or approximately we can take 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. The speed of light in vacuum is this much just in 1 second. And in order to define just 1 meter, what is 1 meter? If you divide 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 8, if you divide 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 8, how much you are getting? 0.8033. seconds. This is 1 meter. What is 1 meter? 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 8 second. This is the time, because the unit is a second. This is a time. 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 8 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದ? ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್. ಇಷ್ಟು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ 1 ಮೀಟರ್. Therefore, the definition is very perfect, and it is indicating 1 meter is the distance traveled by the light in light in vacuum in the time of 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 8 second. 8 second, or a time you can take 0.80333. 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 8. If you obtain the value, how much it is? 0. This much. It means that this much time. In this much of time, light exactly travels this much of distance in vacuum. Therefore, 1 meter is the distance traveled by the light in vacuum in how much time? In this much time. Ist second ಒಳಗಡೆ light ಇಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದ? ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. Therefore, in this much of time, how much of the distance traveled by the light? That distance is called as 1 meter. That is 1 meter. Why we are taking length? Why we are taking a meter? 1 meter distance with respective of speed of light? Distance with respective of speed of light, because respective of speed of light because the speed of the light in the universe, because the speed of light in the universe, everywhere, whatever it is the place or corner of the universe, light in the universe is accurate. ಈ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್ದು ಲೈಟದ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್ ನೆವರ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್. ಇಷ್ಟು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. And in this much of time, the speed of the light is not more than this one, not less than this one. Exactly, light able to cover 1 meter exactly in this much of time. Light the speed ಅನ್ನ ನೀ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. Therefore, the speed of light is very accurate. That is 1 meter in this much of time. The speed of light in this much of time is exactly 1 meter, not more than 1 meter, not less than 1 meter. Wherever it is the corner of the universe, the speed of the light never changes exactly in this much of time. The speed of the light means the distance traveled by the light is exactly 1 meter. That's why in order to define 1 meter as a distance or a length, we are taking a reference standard with respect to speed of light. Once again, what is 1 meter? 1 meter ಅನ್ನೋದು that is the distance traveled by light in a vacuum. Just time ಒಳಗಡೆ 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 8 means ಇಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? 1 meter. Therefore, 1 meter is the distance traveled by the light in vacuum in how much time? That is 0.00000033 second. That's why with respect to speed of light, we are going to define a SI unit of length, that is a meter, and note down. And next we can study about a second SI unit, that is a SI unit of mass. How to define SI unit of mass? With respect to speed of light, we defined the SI unit of length. Now go to second SI unit, that is a mass. Second one, mass. What is its SI unit? That is kilogram. That is kilogram. What do you mean by 1 kilogram? What do you mean by 1 kilogram? 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram is the mass of cylinder. Is the mass of cylinder, mass of cylinder made up of platinum and iridium alloy mixture. Platinum and iridium, these are a different kind of the metals. Iridium alloy mixture, it is the equivalent mass of 1 kilogram is the equivalent mass of, mass is equal. It is the equivalent mass of cylinder. That cylinder is made up of which metals? Platinum and iridium alloy mixture kept in bureau of means bureau is nothing but this is a collection, just like a museum. Bureau of weights and measure department, weights and measurement. Where is it? It is in Paris. In what ways they have given a kilogram as a unit? As you know very well, the Paris is the city. In that city there has been a museum. We are going to call it as, its name is Bureau of Weights and Measurements. As you like you heard about a Vishweshwaraya museum in Bangalore, like that there has been a Bureau of Weights and Measurement. Bureau means this is the place where we are going to keep a historical records. Historical record ಅನ್ನು ಇಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸಿಗೆ ಏನಂತೀವೋ ನಾವು ಬ್ಯೂರೋ, just like a museum. It is a Bureau of Weights and Measurement. This is the name of the department, belongs to science field. And where there is, this is in Paris. Paris ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅದ. In this Bureau of Weights and Measurement, in this department there is a cylinder. One cylinder is there. ಆ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರನ್ನು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಮೆಟಲ್ದಿಂದ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, that cylinder is made up of two metals, a mixture of two alloy they have used. One is a platinum and another one is that is iridium, and its length is equal to 3.9 centimeter and breadth is also 3.9 centimeter. Length and breadth both are same. This is a cylinder kept in Paris, means in the department Bureau of Weights and Measurement. And this cylinder is made up of a mixture of two alloy. One is a platinum, another one is a iridium. Its length is equal to 3.9 centimeter, breadth is also 2.9 centimeter. And the weight of this cylinder is exactly, the weight of means the mass of this cylinder, we are using it as a 1 kilogram. And the mass of this cylinder, we are using as 1 kg. ಪ್ಯಾರಿಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಅದ. ಆ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರನ್ನು ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇರಿಡಿಯಂ ಎರಡೂ ಅಲಾಯನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಸರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರ ಲೆಂತ್ 3.9 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಅದ, ಬ್ರೆಡ್ತ್ನು 3.9 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಅದ. ಅದರ ಮಾಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಮಾಸನ್ನು ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಮಾಸ್ 1 kg ಅದ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ 1 kg ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಿವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 1 kg ಈಸ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್. Why we are taking this as a reference, as a standard? Because this is a temperature resistant and a spark resistance, and whatever it is the time it is goes on moving, its mass is never changes. In the next year, in the next 10 year, in upcoming 100 year, next 200 years onwards, whatever it is the time, its mass never changes. That's why we are taking a reference as the cylinder in order to define what is mean by 1 kg. 1 kg mass ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನು ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ 1 kg ಅಂತೇಳಿ ತಗೋತಾರ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ಮಾಸ್ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಲೆಂತ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈಟ್. Because why you are taking a speed of the light with respect to define 1 meter? Because the speed of the light in this universe never changes. That's why we are taking a reference as a speed of light. Like that, ಈ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ದ ಮಾಸನ್ನು 1 kg ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇರಿಡಿಯಂ alloy mixture. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರುವ ದಿನಗಳೊಳಗೆ ಈ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ನೆವರ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. And the physical properties of this cylinder is not affected by any other external properties or factors. Whether it is a temperature, spark, whatever it is, this is a temperature resistance, spark resistance, its mass never changes. ಇದು ರಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಡಿಯೋದಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದರ ಮಾಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋದಾಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೂ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಆ ಮೆನಿ ಇಯರ್ಸ್. The mass of this cylinder is never changes. That's why its mass we are going to using it as equivalent of 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram ಅನ್ನೋ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರಾ? ಹೌ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್. ಈ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಈ ಬ್ಯೂರೋ ಆಫ್ ವೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಅದ. ಆ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು 1 ಕಿಲೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದರ ಮಾಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇರಿಡಿಯಂ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ನೀವು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಇದ್ರ ಮಾಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಸ್ ನೆವರ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪ್ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಡೇಸ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಈ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಮಾಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನಂತೇಳಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram is the mass exactly equal to mass of this cylinder kept in a Bureau of Weights and Measurements. That department is located in Paris city. Getting? This is the definition of mass. And go to next. What do you mean by definition of SI unit of, that is time? What is the definition of SI unit of time? The SI unit of time is, that is 1 second. SI unit of time is, that is exactly 1 second, and we'll study about what is 1 second. The 1 second is the time. The 1 second is the time during which what is happening? During which 9192631770 this much of radiations are emitting from cesium 133 atom. Cesium 133 atom emitting by transition of electron. By transition of electron between different energy levels. Different energy levels of which atom? Cesium atom. Different energy levels of cesium 133 atom. It is very difficult to understand the definition of a second. What do you mean by 1 second? Let us take. Cesium means it is name of the metal. 133 means its mass number. Let us take, this is a cesium atom. Cesium 133 atom. What is the meaning of 133? The mass number of cesium is 133. Cesium is a metal, its mass number is 133. That's why we are going to use cesium 133. And this is cesium atom, and this is a nucleus. This is cesium atom, this is the nucleus. In the nucleus of cesium, how many nucleons are there? It means that the proton plus neutron, if you add, exactly equal to 133. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಈ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನು ಮತ್ತು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನನ್ನು ನೀವು ಸಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಕೂಡಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡಿಸಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದಾವ 133. As you know very well, what do you mean by mass number? The mass number is nothing but number of protons plus number of neutrons. Together we are going to call it as a mass number. This is the cesium atom. The mass number of cesium metal is 133. It means that number of protons plus number of neutrons present in the nucleus of cesium, that is 133. And this is first energy level, this is second energy level, this is third energy level, so on up to nth energy level are there. Many energy levels are there. Higher energy level ದಿಂದ lower energy level ಗೆ electron transition ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it is emitting an light. This is a light in terms of gamma radiation. This is a light. When the light is able to produce from the atom, when the electron is making a transition in between different energy levels. ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅದ ನಡಕ ಅಥವಾ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅದ ನಡಕ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನನ್ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ, ಲೈಟ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. ಆಸ್ ಯು ನೋ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಲೈಟ್. This is the light in the sense this is one wave, this is second wave, this is third wave, this is first wave, this is second wave, this is third wave. 1 second is the time. 1 second is the time during which 919 crore 26 lakhs 31,770 radiations. ಈ cesium atom ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎರಡು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನಡಕ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಅಟಮ್ದಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾ? ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ cesium atom when the electron making the transition between different energy levels? 919 crore 26 lakhs 31,770. It means that in terms of scientific notation, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It means that 9.1926317770. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I shifted a decimal after 9, then make it as a plus 9. This is a scientific notation, or else in terms of value 919 crore 26 lakhs 31,770 radiations. ಈ ಆಟಮ್ದಿಂದ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಾಕ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋತದಲ್ಲ ಆ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 second. What is 1 second? It is the time in which how many radiations are coming out of the cesium atom. 9.192631,770. ಈ cesium atomದಿಂದ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, that time we are going to call it as 1 second. And this is exactly we are getting if the radiations, if this much of radiations are coming out of the cesium metal, then how much time it is taking? ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಟಮ್ದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಾಕ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, that time we are going to call it as 1 second. That's why it is SI unit of time. Time as a, what is the SI unit of time? That is a second. How to define 1 second? 1 second is nothing but that is the time. 1 second is nothing but that is the time in which what is happening? In this much of time, how many radiations are emitting from the cesium atom? That is 919 crore 26 lakh 31,770 radiations. In this much of time, this much of radiations are emitting from the cesium atom whenever the electron making the transition between different energy levels. And in order to emit this much of radiations, how much of the time is required? That time we are going to call it as 1 second. And go to next one, that is a temperature. What do you mean by temperature and what is its SI unit and how to define that one? We can study now. What is next? A temperature. Temperature SI unit is Kelvin. This is name of the scientist. The name after the scientist we are going to call it as the SI unit of temperature is a Kelvin. What is Kelvin? It is the temperature temperature of fraction of 1 by 273.16 of temperature of triple point of water. And this is a difficult one. Try to understand what is the definition. What is 1 Kelvin? 1 Kelvin is nothing but that is the temperature. 1 by 273.16 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಏನಂತಾರಂದ್ರೆ 1 Kelvin. Then what do you mean by triple point of temperature? Triple means, as you know very well, this is a 3. Triple means 3. What is the triple point of water? The triple point of water is nothing but it is the temperature. It is the temperature in which what is happening? It is the temperature at which the water existing in all the states. In which water existing in all the states. In all the states. How many states are there? 3 states. Which are those? First one is a solid, second one is a liquid, and third one is a gaseous state. Solid means ice, as you know very well. When you heat up the water, you are drinking, that is a pure liquid. And as you know very well, ice, that is a solid form of water. And if you heat up the water, what is happening? It is moving in the form of water vapors, that is called as a gas. At a certain temperature, the water exists in all the states. Which are those? Solid, liquid, and gaseous. For a certain temperature, what is that temperature? That is 0 degrees Celsius or 273.16 Kelvin. This is the temperature in terms of centigrade, or this is the temperature in terms of Kelvin. The 0 degrees Celsius is nothing but 273.16. Both are same. In Celsius, 0 is equal to 273.16. Both the value are same. In Celsius that is 0, but in Kelvin that is 273.16. This is the triple point temperature of water. What is the meaning of a triple point temperature? It is the temperature in which the water is existing in all the 3 states. Which are those 3 states? The one is a solid, liquid, and gaseous. ಈ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಟರ್ 3 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದ. What is that temperature? 0 degrees Celsius or 273.16. If the temperature of the water is exactly 0 degrees Celsius or 273.16, then you are viewing or observing all the states of water. ಈ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ನಾಗೂ ಇರ್ತದ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ನಾಗೂ ಇರ್ತದ, ಗೇಸಿಯಸ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಇರ್ತದ. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾವ. That temperature we are going to call as a triple point of water. It is the temperature at which the water is coexisting in all the states. And then what is the triple point temperature of water? That is 273.16. The triple point of temperature of the water is 273.16. 1 by 273.16 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 0.00 something. 0.00, that is 3 something you are getting. This is almost 0. 1 by 273.16 is nothing but 0.003 something. In this much of temperature we are going to call it as, this is almost 0 degrees Celsius, we are going to call it as a Kelvin. 1 by 273.16, this answer we are going to call it as 1 Kelvin in order to measure a temperature as a SI unit. And don't confuse here, what do you mean by triple point of temperature? The triple point of temperature is nothing but it is the temperature at which the water exists in all the states. That is a triple point of temperature is equal to, in terms of Kelvin, 273.16 or 0 degrees Celsius. 1 by 273.16. ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದ, that fraction is nothing but, that temperature is nothing but, that is 1 Kelvin. And go to next, that is what do you mean by 1 ampere? Next we'll discuss about the SI unit of, that is a current. The SI unit of current is a ampere, and ampere is nothing but that is name of the scientist. And what do you mean by 1 ampere? The definition we should study now. 1 ampere is the current 1 ampere is the current when 1 ampere is the current 1 ampere is the current flowing through two parallel conductors means, take the diagram, conductors of infinity length separated by a distance of 1 meter. Distance of 1 meter produces a force of attraction or repulsion, that is depending upon the direction of the current, force of 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton per meter. In order to understand very carefully, let us take, this is one conductor, this is second conductor, exactly they are parallel. It means that the distance of first conductor and second conductor, how much it is, the exact distance here also same. This is parallel two conductors. In this conductor same amount of current is passing. In this conductor also current is passing, indicated as I. In this conductor also current is passing. What is the distance between these two conductors? Distance between first wire and second wire, that is 1 meter. ಯಾವುದೋ ಎರಡು ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾ, ಎರಡೂ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕಾ, 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾ. ಅವಾಗ ಎರಡೂ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton per meter. For every 1 meter length of the conductor, how much it is the force is existing, whatever it is the force, that is attraction or repulsion, ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕರೆಂಟ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಫರ್ದರ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್. ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಅದ, ಅವಾಗ ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇ ಆದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗತ್ತದ ಅಂದಂಗ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1 ಆಂಪಿಯರ್. ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ದ ನಡುವೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ದ ನಡುವೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾ, 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್. ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ದ ನಡುವೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದ ಇಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಎರಡು ವೈರ್ದ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದ, ದಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ 1 ಆಂಪಿಯರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1 ಆಂಪಿಯರ್? 1 ಆಂಪಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಟೂ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ conductors separated with the distance of 1 meter produces a force of 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton per meter. If the force in between, if the distance between two conductor is 1 meter, and if the force produces in between these two conductors is exactly this much, then the current in these two conductors we are going to call it as 1 ampere. ಎರಡು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಇದ್ದ ಎರಡು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ನಡುವೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾರ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಆ ವೈರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕರೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರ, 1 ಆಂಪಿಯರ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೋ ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೂಮಿನಸ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡೆಲಾ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1 ಕ್ಯಾಂಡೆಲಾ? What is 1 candela? This is the name of the scientist. This is name of scientist. This is the name of scientist. What is 1 candela? 1 candela is nothing but, and before going to the definition of 1 candela, what is luminous intensity? It is the physical quantity. For what purpose we are going to use? It is the physical quantity we are going to use in order to measure the intensity of light. Luminous means light. ಲೈಟದ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿನ ಮೇಜರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡೆಲಾ, ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡೆಲಾ? ಒನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡೆಲಾ is the intensity of light, intensity of monochromatic light. Monochromatic means a single ray of light. Monochromatic light moving in same direction, moving in same direction, moving in the same direction are propagating a light of frequency, light of frequency, that is 540 into 10 to the power of plus 12 hertz, and emitting 1/683 watts per steradian. Steradian is the SI unit of a solid angle. Regarding steradian unit we can discuss in later. 1/683 watts per steradian in the same direction. That intensity of the light is called as one candela. Called one candela. What is the meaning? Let us take here monochromatic light. What is monochromatic light? Single ray of light. For example, this is single ray of light. Monochromatic light means only one light. Monochromatic light, single ray of light moving in this direction, and in 1 second how many waves are passing? This is first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave, sixth wave, so on. In just 1 second of time, how many waves are passing through the medium? 540 into 10 to the power 12 hertz. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೇವ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಕಾವ್ ಇಂಥವು? 540 into 10 to the power of 12 hertz. It is meaning that its frequency. In just 1 second, how many waves that are present are passing through the medium in just 1 second of time? 540 into 10 to the power 12 hertz. And ಇದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೈಟನ್ನು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ? 1/683 ವ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್. 1/683 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ? 1/683. Then how much you are getting the number? No, that much of watts it is emitting just in 1 second. Condition is there. What do you mean by one candela? One candela ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಾರ? It is the intensity of monochromatic light. What is the meaning of monochromatic light? Single light is called as a monochromatic light. Other frequency ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು? That is 540 into 10 to the power of 12. What is the meaning of this one? In just 1 second of time, how many waves are passing in just 1 second? 540 into 10 to the power 12. 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವೇವ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರ ಆ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅದ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಎಷ್ಟು? 540 into 10 to the power 12 hertz. ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗತ್ತದ? ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಇದೇ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿನ ಅದು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? 1/683 ವ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್. 1/683 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿನ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ದಾಗ ಅದು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರ ಅವಾಗ ಆ ಲೈಟದ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತಾರ? 1 ಕ್ಯಾಂಡೆಲಾ. ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಲೈಟ್ moving in x direction. That is monochromatic light, means a single ray of light is moving in 1 second. How many waves it is having? 540 into 10 to the power 12. In just 1 second, how much energy it is releasing? 1/683 watts. If the radiation having this much of frequency and emitting this much of energy in 1 second, then the intensity of the light we are going to call it as 1 candela. ಆ ಲೈಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ 540 into 10 to the power 12 hertz ಇರಬೇಕಾ? 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಆವಾಗ ಆ ಲೈಟ್ದ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರ 1 ಕ್ಯಾಂಡೆಲ್. And this is name of the scientist. And the last definition, that is a definition of amount of substance, that is mole. What is mole? A mole is nothing but that is a fundamental unit. For what purpose we are going to use? In order to measure the number of particles present in a given substance, that is 1 mole. Now we should study about what is the definition of 1 mole. Next, amount of substance, last one. This is the 7th fundamental unit. Its SI unit is mole. What is 1 mole? 1 mole is nothing but, what is amount of substance? The amount of substance is nothing but how many number of the particles or atoms present in the given object, that is called as amount of substance, measured by using a fundamental unit as a mole. 1 mole is the number of particles, means atoms. 1 mole is the number of particles or atoms present in given object. Present in given object is exactly equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 particles or atoms or particles, called 1 mole. 1 mole. What is 1 mole? For example, here one object is there. ಇದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವ. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ನ ನೀವು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? ಈ ಗಿವನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾ? 6.022 ಇಂಟು 10 ಟು ದ ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ 23 ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾ? ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರ? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1 mole. What do you mean by 1 mole? Let us consider one object. Our intention is to count how many particles are there in given object. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೀವು ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲನ್ನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಟಮ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಏನಾರ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಈ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರ? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1 mole. What is 1 mole? The 1 mole is nothing but that is amount of substance having a number of particles is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms. And in chemistry you might have heard about this value. This is nothing but a Avogadro number, that is Na is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 particles or atoms. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರ? 1 mole. Getting? And these are all the definitions regarding 7 fundamental units. The first one is the length, second one is the mass and the time, next one is the temperature, current, luminous intensity, amount of substance. And these definition of all the fundamental units is not important for your exam. That is just for knowledge given in the NCERT book. That is part of the syllabus. That's why I have discussed regarding definition of fundamental units of all the fundamental quantities. And you please go through the videos and remember, and not important for exam. And thank you.